One of the questions is, and as I do the dialogue questions, there's usually a mother or a father question, and I have a series of questions, but usually the night before, because I know the names of the people that are attending, I allow the questions to be formed the night before. So no one workshop is the same. But one of the questions I ask is, what single goal is worth 1 hour a day for the rest of your life? And
wow, that's very powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Very powerful.
And I have to say, the workshop, it isn't a superficial workshop. So the people that come are really ready to do some inner work. And as I state that question, I say, something has to die in order for something else to live. So can you review your goals and dreams? And are any of them worth committing 1 hour a day to for the rest of your life? Because if you can answer this question, this is where you find your passion.
So, I know that you do, you have a flyer that says it's for women who are tired of playing small. So
yes.
What do you mean by that? And so what kind of people would get the most out of spending an afternoon with you? And is all this done in just one afternoon?
Right.
Or, how does this all
right.
work?
Thank you. So the workshop is a full day. It's from 9:30 to 3:30. And it's an initial opening up and discovery session for the women there. And the women that choose to continue with me, there's actually a three-month coaching program. And so when you ask I'm sorry, repeat the question again. I got lost.
Oh, no, I said what kind of people would get the most out of spending time with you? And when they're tired of playing small.
Right. And so I get a variety of women, but sometimes we don't know we're playing small. And I did a workshop, and the one woman was doing a question. She said, I'm getting ready to step out and do this. And she said, I just realized that because she started comparing her work to other people in the industry, and she realized that she wasn't getting the kind of money they were getting, and that a lot of these people were coming to her for advice. So she just realized, why am I limiting myself when there's this whole expansive thing that I can do? So I think on a lot of levels, when I ask the question, are you tired of playing small? It's not just in your business life. It's in your life in general. Are you playing small when it comes to your family and relationships? Are you, and also, are you tired of putting on this veil of, it's all right, I've got the money or I don't have the money, and we go through this game of it's all right, where inside we really know that it's not all right. And playing big for one person is not the same as playing big for another. Because people have
that is so true. That is so true. So many people, they compare themselves to others, and they really shouldn't, because they're able to bring so much to people on their own. There's absolutely no reason for this. So, it's very, very interesting. So, what are some of the things that people discover about themselves during the workshop? Without going into any names, what are the some of the things that you go, wow, this was great.
Yeah. Well, because there's so much delving, because we do a lot with dyads, 2 people in a group, sometimes 3 people in a group, and they're laughing, and a lot of times they end up, I had a workshop where a woman had just had an argument with her husband, and the person she sat next to, because there's no coincidences, the person she sat next to in that dialogue, she realized what had happened that morning when she left her husband, because she saw a mirror of herself from the person that was sitting next to her. So people get so many things on a personal level, on a spiritual level. I had one person where I did this workshop in Indiana, and I asked people to put their name on the board, what they like to be called. Not what mom called them, not what dad called them, not whatever. What is it they want to be called? And the woman changed her name after the workshop. She said, I never liked this name. She literally changed her name. I was like, oh, okay. And so I get a surprise as the people that are in the group, and I say to people, this is your workshop. And so if I'm there to give, which I am, then I get as much fullness out of the workshop as they do, because I have to show my authentic self with the questions I ask. And I do not ask a question that I do not answer. So the way the workshop is set up, I'll do the question, I will answer the question, and then I allow them to answer the question so that I can stand in my authentic self and share from that place before I ask them to be authentic with the person that they're with. So they get an opportunity to really play full out and know that we're in integrity in this room and that, the veils can come down.
Wow, it's funny you mentioned that about the name change, because one of my dear friends just changed her name. She said, I'm just not that person anymore, and this is where I'm coming from now, and she literally changed her name. She changed, her name and what she was offering and so forth and so on, and I thought, wow, that's really brave, and she's kind of started all over again and is doing very, very well. So give us some of the details of your workshop and where and when it's going to be held, how people can get in touch with you, where they can find you, all of those good things.
Great. Okay, so I have a workshop this coming Saturday, and it's from 9:30 to 3:30, and it's at the Center for Spiritual Awareness in West Sacramento. They can go to my website for more information, which is Humanity Speaks, and that's HUMANI-TEASPEAKS.com. They can register right there. The workshop is $97 for the full day. And if they call in the next 2 days, I have a bonus program for them.
Well, now, they may not hear this at this time because we broadcast the show many, many times, and not necessarily, But so if they go to your website, though, they can find out when your next workshops will be, and also can they order your book and your cards off of the website?
My book and cards, they can't until the end of the month because I've just redrafted the book and the cards, and actually they should be back in about 2 weeks. So, but that information
that'll be plenty of time. Yeah, so they can go to your website, and your website again, and I think everybody needs to be aware of this, is HUMANITEA. Is that correct? It's HUMANI-TEAS, and then speaks, SPEAKS.com. Is that correct?
That's good. Correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Okay. Thank you so much for that. That's correct.
Humanity, and with Humani, don't get hung up by how she spells it. HUMANI-TEAS, and then it's SPEAKS.com. humanitiespeaks.com.
Right.
Charmaine, it's wonderful to see how far you've come, what you've done, and also, my son went to law school and he decided not to practice law either. He didn't want to work that hard, but it gave him a wonderful way of thinking. And I think that's what is so beautiful about what you do. You have that corporate background. You have that legal background. So it's taught you structure. It's taught you how to think. But now you're speaking from your heart. And that's so important for people to know. That's not a sign of weakness. That is a sign of strength. And people need to understand that when they come from their heart, that's the strongest you can be.
It is. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct.
So I really appreciate all the things that you've had to say today. And people, if you want to have a wonderful experience, discover who you are, on how to unlock your heart, how to be the person that you were ultimately meant to be, you need to get in touch with Charmaine. Charmaine is just a wealth of information when it comes to how to do that. So go to her website. We've given it to you a couple of times, and it is Humani, HUMANI-DEAS, SPEAKS.com. Thanks so much for being with us today, Charmaine. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to a lot of success for you.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful connecting with you, and I hope to see you in one of my workshops then.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Have